For early access to new episodes and other exclusive content, go to patreon.com/MiharuTheFox. Hey guys, it's Miharu and welcome back to SpyroCast. This is episode 58, and today I have with me a very special guest and wonderful artist. Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I go by Crayons the Dragon. I am a digital artist and have been for over a decade now, but this stretches over drawing both human stuff and dragons and wolves and stuff like that in school. I took this seriously around 11 years ago when art just became everything, just art and gaming, and I wanted to focus more heavily on that, and I had the most fun with drawing. So basically leaving all my jobs, I just went in full hog, started doing conventions, making merchandise, stuff like that, and it's been doing well ever since, and I haven't left it.
Great. Awesome. And one of your recent projects is drawing, I guess, the Spyro levels as dragons?
That's right, yes. I have taken upon myself, because of my love for Spyro, to create dragons based off of every single level, not only from Spyro's 1, 2, and 3, but also Enter the Dragonfly, Hero's Tale, and the GBA titles, excluding the TLOS series. This is a huge undertaking, I know that, but I am more than willing to do it. And that's not even the only project I'm doing. I'm also drawing every single Elder Dragon, just a small shot of them, so that I can make them available as stickers and just put them on into like a sticker guidebook. Just to spread the word more of Spyro. Like he's still in his sleep stages a little bit. He's now starting to awaken. We're all starting to, be aware. So I'm really excited for these conventions to boom and start being like, hey guys, come on, we need to draw more Spyro. We have to let them know that we are backing them up wholeheartedly.
Yes, we're all coming out of our holes.
Absolutely.
But how did this love of Spyro start for you? What is your history with our purple boy?
So, interestingly enough, my mom was the one who turned me on to Spyro because she was playing in her bedroom, and I was 5 at the time. This is when the game just came out, the first one. And she had the demo for the PS1, and she was playing around in Stonehill, and I just sat down, I watched, and I was asking her a bunch of questions about the game, and then she had me try it, and I don't know if that was a mistake or not, because I took over the game, and she eventually gave me her PlayStation. I took that demo, and I ran that demo all the time. It was to the point that, no word of a lie, I would do so well in school that she would let me stay home just to play Spyro, and not even the game. Wow. It was just the demo. Yeah. It was like the most interesting introduction, and it was one of those things that my parents just fed. So they got me, interestingly enough, the third game first. I got Spyro the Dragon, and I played through the entirety of that and was absolutely obsessed. I was not the happiest playing the third one first, but that's okay. Even though I started off backwards, I got the third one, bought the second one for myself, and then I got the first one. So my love for Spyro started at a really young age, and it was the first video game I ever had. And it's the reason why I create the artworks that I do, that I love the colors that I do. Purple is my favorite color. Dragons are my favorite mythical creature ever. And I owe Spyro a lot of what I do, like genuinely.
Awesome. And after that, where did you go with the series?
That's a tough one, simply because the series changed so drastically. After the third game and Enter the Dragonfly had come out, I didn't have a system to play it for a while. But once I got the GameCube, a friend had given me Enter the Dragonfly to play, and I was like over the moon until I actually played it. And then I was like, okay, and I knew something was off. Like, kids are very knowledgeable in these things. I played Spyro so many times that it was just muscle memory, and feeling a new game, although it looked graphically better, I guess, it was so off, and that wasn't fun for anybody. I was given warnings by my friends in school, literally in like grade 4 and like grade 4 or 5 in class. They were telling me, hey, listen, the game doesn't play like this, and da-da-da. I'm like, okay, no, we'll see. No, they were right. It doesn't play very well.
Oh, we'll see.
Right. So I'm like, all right, what's next? Hero's Tale, right? And that looked a lot more promising, and genuinely it is. Um, but still something was missing. Like the game itself was fine. It has its issues for sure. But once I had realized that the original creators of Spyro didn't know, like no longer had him, I started to worry because Enter the Dragonfly was not great and Hero's Tale was fine, but it kind of missed the mark. And this became more apparent when Game Boy games started coming out. Because I'm like, why is he on the Game Boy of all things? That doesn't really make any sense.
Mm.
And they pulled the camera out, did the isometric, and I'm like, okay, why? Right? Of course, as
Yeah.
an adult, I've played them all. I've recently played every single one in stream. I played every single Spyro game there is on stream, excluding the TLOS series on GBA and DS. As an adult now, I understand the appeal of them. Some of them, not all of them. But as a kid, you're not really aware of how businesses and stuff like that work. So even though our passion and love for these games are strong, that does not mean on a business side they're doing well. So it was very disheartening to see him change so drastically throughout the years to the point where I had to just huddle with the three and just play nothing but the three. Especially when the Legend of Spyro came out. And I know a lot of people love The Legend of Spyro, and that's totally fine, especially if you grew up on it. That makes sense, of course. But I did not. And
Mm.
it took away from everything that he was. They could have chosen any other character or any other being to be whatever Spyro was supposed to be in that story, and I would have been fine with that. But that is not what they did. So my love for Spyro was just kind of in the dark for a little while. Not in the dark. Like I was very loud about it for sure. I was telling everybody about the original series. I got so many people to play this game. It's unreal because I now find
Yeah.
my joy in watching other people play for the first time because I've played it so many times. So when man, like what, 18, 17 years passed, which is a really long time to be waiting and or maybe a little bit less than that. And when the Reignited trilogy was announced, not even then, before that, when Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy was announced, I lost it because I knew it. I felt it. I'm like, oh god. I'm like, okay, that's great for him, but where's Spyro?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Where
That's what
is
I thought
he?
too.
Yeah, because I was like, no way they're gonna bring this man back. That is insane to me. Okay, cool. Where is he? Where's the purple? Where's my son? And
Where's my son?
it it was just a bunch of waiting, looking into things, being like super hyper aware of literally anything that dropped. Like Canadian Guy A was someone I followed for since he started, and I even met him in person like way before he was bigger on YouTube, and I would like talk back and forth and just watch him like take things and put them together and see his excitement on Twitter until the very faithful day when they actually dropped it, and that was it. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay.
Wow.
So Spiral's out again. Fantastic. Where is he going to go from here? You know what I mean? And I was hopeful until the attention went to Crash again. And I'm like, oh no. This is feeling a little too familiar. You know what I mean? Like it was Crash
Oh,
Insane
yeah.
Trilogy, got Crash on the Run, got Crash 4, Crash Team Rumbles, CTR. I'm here like, bro, what is going on? Like I understand
Yeah.
like yeah, like we understand he's the king, right? It's kind of like Crash was king and Spyro was queen. Fine, but they're still together. So why is there so much focus on this guy and not anything on a purple dragon? He's a dragon, guys. Come on. There's it's too juicy of a character to not utilize him. But of course, once we realize again, business is always the business thing. What was going on with that? It's like, okay, well, that's really sad. And
Mm.
put him in a bunch of they put him in Crash on the Run, which was cool. Very cool. I love his whole theme and everything like that. It was very interesting. They put him in Crash Team Rumble, which had me actually recently. I haven't touched Crash Team Rumble since it came out, not even when Spyro came out. And I recently looked at the assets for Spyro, and oh my gosh, the map of like Spyro's map for Crash Team Rumble was immaculate. I
Mm-hmm.
actually started crying because I was like, this is what I want. It's literally this. It's exactly this. Like the assets of Spyro, everything we know of Spyro, thankfully from the Reignited trilogy, put in a way that we have never seen before. You know what I mean? It's like the excitement of everything we love actually being given attention, which I'm sure for others is
Exactly.
like a common thing, but for Spyro lovers, it's not, especially for the OG lovers. It's not common for us at all. We've been thrown into the ringer multiple times. So Reignited being announced, like I knew it was going to be announced the weekend it was. it was like hope. You know what I mean? We have hope again. Like he is relevant. 16 million views is insane. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
whoa.
That,
Like,
you know what, that caught me off guard. I was like, when they were saying that, hey, it's hit, this many million views and stuff, I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. And I was like looking at the other trailers, and I started looking at like the Crash trailers and stuff. I was like, it's got more than Crash trailers.
yeah.
Like,
Because we've been sleeping. We're in our crystallized dragon form from ages. Okay. We saw Enter the Dragonfly, and we said no. We saw Hero's Tale. Some of us said, yeah, pretty good. And most of us said no. And it was just so much no. But we see Realm, and everyone is like open wide eyes, giving Toys for Bob the support they absolutely deserve. Oh, and I love Toys for Bob so much. They feel like the actual heart of not just the Spyro community, because it's not just us, but of platforming and just games in general. Like the core of what games used to be versus what they are now. You know what I mean?
uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
they are like definitely the right people to bring this to light. I'm so excited.
Exactly. We're literally gargoyles right now. We're just like, we live again. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Breaking out of our shells, being very loud. We're so loud. Like there's so many videos, there's so many short videos, there's so many like music artists who are like mixing up the music. I know there's people who've been doing that from time, but it's now coming up more in the algorithm. And that's really exciting because then the Toys for Bob also gets to see that. People who have more of a spotlight in the community can bring that up, and we huddled together with love for this game, and we're all going to make this game flourish. That game is going to drop, and it's going to probably sell out. I can feel it. Everyone's just going to be like, please,
yes.
we have the support. Oh my
A
goodness.
Spyro game is gonna win Game of the Year.
Imagine? Oh, whoa. That would be
That's the hope.
sick. Let's hope.
Oh man, that would be a victory for all of us in the fandom.
Oh yeah, the 90s kids would flip out, myself included. It was already a big deal that Astro Bot won. That was like, what?
Yeah.
I would look at the screen like, what? Did it really? Like the game that everyone was always like, if they see a platformer, a colorful, cute platformer, it's like, oh, that's for kids. No, it's not, because you bring anyone who plays shooters into a platformer and they don't know what the hell they're doing. Like it's a skill. Platforming is a skill. And Spyro may be easier, sure, but still a skill. I've watched people, like new people, play Spyro and get absolutely frustrated with I don't know, I guess some of the things I would find simple. Speedways are a huge one. I think I find a lot of people struggle with the speedways. I don't. Like I found the speedways quite easy, but I understand it because for sure as a kid it was quite the struggle. But of course,
Oh yeah.
it's high. We call it hand-eye coordination. It takes time. Even with the Reignited trilogy coming out, how he flies felt extremely different from like the PS1 game. And for a while, I preferred the original. But now that I played the Reignited so many times, I highly prefer Reignited's version. The drift in the air feels cool. Feels like you're driving a car. Very neat.
Yeah. I guess it depends for me because some things feel better in the original and some things feel better in Reignited. Like that's like going into the mini games and stuff and like,
Yes.
certain characters, the way they control, and I'm just like, well, this is better, but at the same time, like, why is this part worse? Like,
yeah. And unfortunately, a lot of that came from the really fast production. Like Bentley's
yeah.
boxing, for example, that did not change, man. That's still not fun at all. Still want to do it.
It's not fun no matter what version. Like I just did that recently in the original and I was just like, this sucks. Like I don't like it here. I don't like it in Reignited. Like, you just spam buttons and hope for the best.
Right. And I hope we don't, I'm sure we won't, but we don't need a repeat of any of that. And like the voice, I want to speak on the voice acting for Reignited. I highly prefer the original voice acting. I think again it's probably time related, but the original felt more, I guess, cartoony, like fun.
Yeah.
Like they were putting in a lot more effort. Like, I don't want to make it sound like they weren't putting in effort. They probably were for all I know. But like it was, maybe it was the energy. Maybe the energy is what was missing because they're very zany and kooky, and that we remember that, especially because we've been playing the game for so long that we're kind of stuck in the original. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like we can accept new changes, but we're also like, okay, but like it's not the same as my old game though. Like, okay, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be, it can be its own thing. And I've come to terms with that. I've listened to the voice acting enough times now. But I still feel like Ripto's Rage, for example. Hot take. This is a hot Spyro take. It's not my favorite at all. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
probably out of the trilogy, the original trilogy, I think it's second. Yeah, it's for sure second. In the remake, it's third, actually. Only
Ah.
because because I don't know what it is. It's the flow of how I have to play through it doesn't feel as fun as Year of the Dragon or Spyro 1. Spyro 1 flow-wise is probably the best. Spyro 3, you only have to backtrack to like, I don't know, one level. Or technically the two, like the one for the character and Sparks, and that's fine. But Spyro 2, I think it has a lot to do with the story. Because Ripto is not really a part of anything that's going on. He's just there. Like he's more compelling when he's talking, sure, in terms of like screen
Uh-huh.
time, yeah. But he's not doing anything in the world versus the sorceress, who we know she's a tyrant and everyone's complaining about her. So she felt like she had a presence despite not talking to Spyro, which is still weird. That is still weird. I wish that was that they could have, I know they were going to keep it to the original, but I was really hoping they would like maybe have him talk to her. Probably best that they didn't, because I'm sure people would have complained because of authenticity.
It's interesting though because they really could have added like an extra cutscene in there because they went out of their way to have the critters talk in the cutscenes when you first see them in the cage. So
That's
if they
also
went out
true.
of their way to do that, like you think they could, add
You know
something.
what? That's really fair. That's a fair point. Yeah, because here when I first heard them talk, I'm like, wait, they're giving them lines? They're not just gonna stand there? Yeah, good point. Shoot. Huh. I guess again we can chalk it up to time. It was just time because they said
Yeah.
in the interview that there was a lot of things they wanted to add, but because of time they just couldn't. It's like your ambition, the ambition and the creativity is there, but the time is not because the publishers,
Yeah, especially because they had to outsource it to Sanzaru.
Yeah.
So,
And we can feel it too. I was excited for Year of the Dragon. I was most excited to play that. And the skateboarding,
no.
it made me hate it. I just hate it. So when Toys R Us said we're not bringing that back, I'm like, thank God. I
I
don't
know,
want to
me
do that
too. I was like,
again.
oh god, yes.
And like I understand that we loved it because at the time, Tony Hawk, okay, cool. We're not there anymore. We're not at that time no more. We can let it go and they can do something new. So that's what they're opting to do,
Yeah,
thankfully.
what's popular now? We're gonna have Spyro going on TikTok?
Oh, I hope not. Oh my gosh, the Bone Man in the lava Skills Badlands. Oh, why? I don't
Yeah.
why. They change why? The biggest question is just why in all caps. Why'd you guys do that? The natural song of that and the dance was fine. You didn't have to add anything to it. We're not trying to appeal to no kids. These kids don't know who he is. So like appeal
See,
to us totally.
it's interesting about that in particular because I think Mel the Honeybee, they put it best when they were on SpyroCast and they're like, you know what? I think it works because, it's a lame dance that everybody just absolutely hated, when they saw it and they're just like, oh my gosh, this. But in the original, we had like the disco stuff that was seen as lame back then. So they're like, you know what? I think it works. They just updated it as, something that isn't with the times, just
That's
as it
such a
was.
good point. Oh my gosh, wow. Mine has been opened. You're so right. Like I
Thank you,
didn't
Mel.
even imagine that. Yeah, the disco move would be no, it's dated. It's absolutely dated. Back then it wasn't that bad. I was like, okay, but like I liked the music.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess that's the point though, isn't it? Oh my gosh. It's supposed to be okay, fine. I nailed it then.
Yeah, yeah.
Geniuses.
I guess that was the whole
Whoa.
point.
Oh my, yeah, because they have the air horns and all that. I'm like, no, I don't, I don't like this. And now we actually relate to, I don't even know his name. Is it Grug, I think? Or Glug? Like, he's annoyed by it. Like, he was annoyed by the dance and the music. And I was like, why are you annoyed by this? It's fantastic.
Yeah, he's always annoyed. Like, no matter
Yeah.
what time period, he's just like, oh my god, he's doing the dance again.
Yeah. And before we just enjoyed it. Now we're cracking with him. It's like Squidward. We can all relate now.
Mr. Bones has lived many different lives.
Yeah, he absolutely has. Good for him.
But I never asked, what are your favorite and least favorite games?
Oh, my least favorite, which is probably a surprise to nobody, is Eternal Night by far. And I thought it would be a new beginning because I could not stand so much of it, but no. Eternal Night, despite the beginning being a lot more fun for me and David Spade no longer being a part of it, which was great, but he could still talk, so that's not great. Just the controls, I don't know what happened. Like, the controls themselves are fine, I guess, but the knockback when you get hit is the most astronomical, I don't know what, and they give you so many enemies to fight, and they're all hitting you all at once, so you can easily be overwhelmed and killed. And the checkpoints are not good either. So it became, what they improved on was cool, but they added more things that made it exceptionally frustrating. And I like the pirate ship level. I will never forget it because I was on there for so long and I was so frustrated. I'm like, listen, there's these, I blocked most of this out, but like there was these enemies on this boat causing absolute strife, and it was so hard not to get hit. I would spend a lot of time with building up my gauge in order to just press it and just kill them all at once. But my God, I think it took me about 40 minutes to get past it. And that wasn't even the worst part about the game. They had like a gauntlet near the end of the game where you're on this stone platform. I can't explain the rest of it. We're in a cavern or something, right? And enemies start to spawn in. And there's these huge pigs. I think they have riders. I'm not quite sure. I think they're pigs or beasts or whatever the heck. They're massive, and there's just one that pops up, already a pain enough to deal with. You try to kill it, you kill it, cool, and they spawn two of them. And I looked at the screen like, are you serious right now? Like, are we kidding? Because the way they fought was so broken. Even when the camera's not on them, they are consistently doing things, and the only way I could get away for a breather is that I would actually fly off the platform entirely and go I think below stairs or something like that, down the steps, in order to get health and go back to fight, because I was dying consistently, and I think I was stuck on that for like an hour.
Wow.
The boss was a no for me as well. Spyro is not supposed to be frustrating. It can be tough, like, and it can be challenging, but you're not supposed to be getting really angry at it. This is supposed to be a very casual experience, and it wasn't casual. I don't remember a lick of music in that game either. Don't remember a darn thing, because it's just a bunch of noise because you're fighting all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I get angry enough when I play Spyro 3, and I love that game. That is my favorite game of all time, and I get angry enough playing that.
You know, Spyro 3 is my favorite too. That's so good. That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Oh, there we go.
Perfect
there we go.
transition. Spyro 3 is, I'm sorry, all y'all who love Spyro 2, I understand why you do, but listen, Spyro 3 though. Spyro 3 is zesty. The music is probably the best in that game by far. The level designs are so beautiful. And I think the biggest reason too why I love 3 over the second game is because the second game was in Avalar. So they weren't Dragon Realms at all, and they don't feel like it. So it felt a little removed from the first game versus like the third game that kind of felt more like the first in terms of how their levels were designed and castles and stuff. Like Charmed Ridge is one of my favorite levels by far. It's really pretty. And I like the whole cat wizards and stuff like that. It's like, okay, yeah, this feels more like the fantasy-based Spyro that I enjoy. Yes, they have levels that are kind of stray away from that, but they still have their castles and they still have their very zany characters. Not saying that the second one doesn't, but 3 just felt more dragon-like than 2, which I'm sure is the point. Playing other characters was fine. Like, it's kind of like, I'm fine with or without it. I do love Sheila. She's my favorite to play because she just feels so like hefty. And Bentley's also a lot of fun to play. Sergeant Bird they fixed, thank God. So now I don't hate playing him anymore.
Really? He was my favorite to play in both the original and Reunited.
Really?
Yeah. I loved how he could fly. You know, like, it was so fun to me. It was so unique that in Enchanted Towers, which is my favorite level, that, you know, you had a mission where you could take the critter and just like put them in the regular level instead of having their own little challenge area. It's like you just put him in the regular level, he just flies around collecting the bones.
Honestly,
It's so much fun.
that's fair, because it was very surprising when I first had seen that. I'm like, wait, no, I'm like, wait, are we going outside? Like, we don't have to go to a completely different area. We're not being blocked off and like transported to a different realm entirely. This is dope. And I like his dead eye stare as well. I think it's very funny. It's just a part of his personality to me now. But yeah, for like the third game, it's also my first Spyro game, technically. Like to act like actual game that I owned. The demo, yes, it was PS1. Sorry, not PS1. It was the first game, and that was technically the first one I played, yes. But Spyro 3 was the first one I owned and completed, and I was super enamored by the NPCs and the things that they had to say. Moneybags was a character for sure. Being able to actually get to him at the end was the most it was
yeah,
euphoria. I was so
satisfying.
happy. Yeah. I'm like, I get to beat him up. Like that was like the coolest little experience. And then going to the bonus level, which I love like way more than the first game's bonus level. My God.
Really? I actually do not like the super bonus round at all.
Really? Like, okay, it's like for the first game, it's the colors for me. I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at. Like the orange with the green threw me off. Like having acid and lava in an area just felt weird. And I didn't like how they the flying, like having a ceiling above you and needing keys to go up steps to go higher. I was like, what are we doing? But I understand it. I get the concept, especially because it's not. Yeah, I get it. I understand it. I just wasn't a fan of it, and I felt like I wanted a little bit more, like a little bit more to do, I suppose. And just getting keys from the thieves wasn't as satisfying as seeing gems fly out of their bodies. Like just so many gems just come straight to you.
If we're talking like aesthetics, super bonus round definitely has it. Like all the gems, you know, flying into you, that's great. And I love the colors, you know, the snowy mountains with like the pink ooze. I think it all looks great.
Oh, nice.
It's just the challenges that I really don't like.
Oh, of course. Well, listen, the first one, the subway, the submarine one is fine. I was like, I don't like using the submarine at all. I think it sucks. But because of the area is so open, it's a lot easier to do than the Acid Lake challenge. But the snowboarding, man, I don't know what happened. And the thing is, I recently replayed the third game, and that is still very hard. They made that much easier in the Reignited. But in the original, it's like you have to be like zooming the whole time, boosting the whole time in order to win.
Yeah, there's like a strategy to the original. And then there is sort of a strategy that I have in Reignited as well, but it's easier to take advantage of.
Yes. No, I agree. Very much so. The third game is a lot more demanding of perfection, which we're not that used to in Spyro. That's more of a Crash Bandicoot thing. But wow, yeah, no, the snowboarding is not good. And it's worse in the Reignited in terms of like how it functions. You'd be flipping backwards and stopping dead, or just flying right off the edge for no reason, or the camera changes direction, or you just start walking off your board. I was like, what's going on? So it's so ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, no, third game, absolute favorite. And Eternal Night can stay down there forever. The Abyss, probably alongside A New Beginning. Those two can just hold hands, genuinely.
I don't know. See, I have an appreciation now for Legend, specifically for A New Beginning. I do think I think it's a genuinely good game. I was playing with cheats, of course, but it's fun. And hey, that Earth Breath, man, is so overpowered. Like, it's great to use. I love Cynder as a villain. Eternal Night, even with cheats, did not really like it. However, again, aesthetics, certain areas, especially the last area, looked so cool. Thought that was a perfect final boss area.
I agree. The aesthetic for Eternal Night was a lot better. And there's the New Beginnings, like pacing and story and all that. It was very interesting. Like I'm watching Kairu go play through it, and I'm like, this is really not that bad. Like I was like even thinking, hey, what if I played this again? I'm not gonna, because that's insane. I was thinking about it because I was like, I genuinely like what's going on here. I don't like the dragonfly or whatever, but like I'm just gonna call him that. It's not Sparks, not the Sparks I know. His name is Dragonfly. But
Generic dragonfly partner.
yeah, but what they were doing was good. It was very interesting. The story obviously not it's no debate. It's really like entertaining, and I enjoyed the more serious tone. But I feel out of the trilogy, Dawn of the Dragon is probably my favorite. It's the
Oh,
easiest to
yeah.
play through, except for the ending. I don't know what I don't know. That last area was very hard for no reason. But like before all that, beautiful. Oh my gosh, the music, oh, so good. Like being able to go to
Mm-hmm.
Avalar was the most exciting thing to happen, and just hearing like the singing and seeing all the vast green and being able to just fly through it peacefully was magical.
Yeah, I love the Valley of Avalar.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It felt a lot more Spiral than Spiral's felt in a long time.
Yeah, and it was the 10th anniversary of the Spyro series at that point, so it's good that they did that to honor it.
The soul in it. There's a bit of the soul in there.
The soul.
I didn't even buy that game. I actually played that with a friend for the first time ever. So I played it co-op at first. And I have an
Oh,
easier time playing it outside of co-op, but like playing it co-op was a treat. Like genuinely it was a lot of fun.
right, because it was made for that.
Yeah, it's like what's the word? I lost my train of thought. Oh my goodness gracious. Just the way it played and having these two characters have different breath abilities and different ways of attacking and giving them different roles within the atmosphere and the levels themselves, also felt was very brilliant. Oftentimes I was running around as Spyro and completely forgetting that Cinder could turn into smoke and go underneath things.
Oh, yeah. God, Cinder's abilities were so cool.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely made her abilities far more interesting. Like it was
Yeah.
way more interesting. Very, very, very cool. That's one of the things I can praise the TLOS series for was just the combat in terms of what they offered rather than the execution. What they offered was very vast and extremely cool. And definitely something that I know that Toys for Bob probably looked at and are considering. Not in a way to replace or make the game harder, but as a means of a natural progression and growth
Mm-hmm.
instead of just completely getting rid of what he already does and not making it relevant. Like he doesn't horn dive in the TLOS series. He doesn't, his charge for some reason can't be controlled. It's very, very strange, like the changes they made.
Yeah, it is odd. But speaking of moving forward, let's talk about A Realm Beyond. What were your thoughts when you first saw that trailer?
Well, a lot of screaming were most of my thoughts, that's for sure. Like seeing I was watching the Xbox showcase in stream, and stream can attest for this. I got up an advertisement before Around Beyond even popped up because I was like over it. I'm like I don't care about any of these games. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw out the garbage. So that's what I did. I got up. And when I got up and left is when the trailer started. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And my husbando at the time was watching, and I asked him, I'm like, what's going on now? He's like, there's these cartoon birds on the screen. I'm like, oh, okay. So casual. And I just went back to sit down. And when I sat down was when I could see the staff and the purple colors. And I'm like, wait, hold on.
Oh, wait.
I'm like, that staff looks familiar because the staff in my brain reminds me of the staff in there's a Spyro game. I keep forgetting what the name is. I always say Eternal Light, but that's not what it's called.
Shadow Legacy?
Thank you. That one.
It looks like the sorcerer, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I'm like, hold up. That sound looks familiar. And as soon as not even seeing him run, I didn't even see him run yet. As soon as they transitioned, I saw gems in the background. I screamed, and I was just freaking out, like losing it. I see him, I'm like, holy crap! I see him run, he start flying. I'm like, oh my god, this is kind of like
Yeah.
like my brain couldn't wrap around what I was seeing. It's like, yes, we all knew that he was coming, but now he's actually here, and he's just staring at the distance. You see the clouds and stuff, and then you start seeing him flying and throwing fire out, and I'm like, holy smokes! Like this is about to be the game. Like I feel like I don't know how, but I feel that this Spyro game is gonna come out and everyone's gonna say this is their favorite. Like out of even the trilogy, they're gonna be like, this one, this is it, this is the game. Which would be
Yeah.
huge points for Toys for Bob because they actually love the game. They love the character. They love the lore. They take their time and actually not just going to the people who developed the thing, but going online and seeing what the fans are saying, because what we say matters wholeheartedly. So, like, for my initial thoughts of it, I'm like, we are going to do a whole lot of obviously ground exploration, because they're not taking that away ever. But in the air as well, in a way where they're like, hey, perhaps these levels are going to be vertical, like very vertical, where it's like there's a lot of things going on the ground, but there's a lot of things up in the air as well. And they're not going to take away from the exploration by having him fly constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Because then that would ruin it. And I know it would ruin it a lot for a lot of people. The way the Legends series, like the last game, did it, makes sense. There's things on the ground that you have to land. You can't just fly everywhere. You have to land, you have to explore, you have to look out for things, so it's very easy to miss, especially when the levels start to expand and you're nearing the end of the game and all the platforms are super high up. I thought that was really cool, where there's like so many platforms that you had to fly to and explore. So seeing Spyro fly in the air and go up into a the I don't know what they called it, like the air boost. I'm like, okay, so it reminded me of the Legends series, like, immediately. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, so if they spent time paying attention to that, there's no way they didn't spend time paying attention to other little things throughout Spyro's history, such as the RPG aspects of Shadow Legacy. Those were really cool, like, genuinely. They had, in the beginning of when I went back and actually watched the whole trailer, there was houses. That's not usual, like, at all.
Yeah.
So there was like, I was like, wait, there's homes? Are we going to see characters walk around?
It's like this world, it feels lived in. Like, yes. I think that's so exciting to me. I'm just like, oh my God, like, we're really gonna get some, lore things about even the NPCs. It's just, it's gonna feel so different.
Yes. And seeing Crash Team Rumble with Spyro's level, that's kind of what it felt like, because they had statues, they had benches, they had towers, steps, they had money bags in there as like an asset. I'm like, this is what I expect from A Realm Beyond, to look exactly like this, or like how Ratchet and Clank went to expand their world. Something on the lines of that, where we can actually, it's no longer a platformer that was for the sake of being a platformer. It's going to be a platformer adventure RPG-like game where we can actually sink our teeth into some lore and actually be a lot more invested. We're already very invested in the worlds, but even more invested to see that the game itself is invested in the worlds, not just us anymore.
Yes.
So like things like, I really, really, really want to, I'm also really excited for the soundtrack, because the soundtrack that they were playing in the trailer sounds fun. Like epic battle music, not battle music, but maybe like heroic in a way.
Yeah, it does. And it might just be placeholder music. I think what we might end up getting is something that kind of merges all the styles together. Somebody made a fan OST that it reminded me a lot of classic, like the originals, A Hero's Tale, but also Legend, kind of like all mixed together. And I was like, dang, if it's anything like this, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, that actually sounds really epic. And I know a lot of us are sad about Stuart not being a part of it, but the game having its own flavor of sound, I feel, would do it justice. Because it's not the first time that that's happened. Like, Hero's Tale and all that, they have their own soundtrack and they have their own feel to it because of the soundtrack. So A Realm Beyond having its own flavor of music, I feel, is important for both new and old players to understand that, hey, this is like a brand new adventure with a character that you guys love. He's older now. He has a new look. His look is fantastic, by the way. Didn't even mention that. He looks so good. It's kind of like a really safe way to age him up. They played it safe. I can see it. Like, I studied the art that they did, and I'm like, yeah, that's very smart. You guys are very smart. Like, they just added little things here and there to not make it so jarring. Because like TLOS was very jarring. Like they changed everything about him. Nothing really related the same other than the colors, I guess. But with Realm Beyond's model, they just added to what he already had. Like adding some hooks to his wings felt like an homage to the first game because he already like had like claws at the end of his wing. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's very fascinating actually. And the way they just blended, not blended, sorry, like they added additions to his scales, making his scales come out more and have design around them and stuff like that. Like, oh my gosh. And his wings, I think that's my favorite part. What a beautiful transition for his wings to
Yeah.
grow longer. It's
Yeah,
so
I love
beautiful.
the way that they sprout from his back.
Yeah. And yeah, the way the webbing just comes down. Oh, I'm like, guys, this is fantastic. Like, oh, thank you for showing so much love and compassion for this character, especially after their rejection of Crash. I think, was it Crash 5? Crash 5 with Spyro that's supposed to be in it?
Yeah.
It was like the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life. Because like you could feel the creativity and how epic that would have been. So I'm really excited to see what they have created doing like their own thing.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people don't really like it, but I like the way that he kind of has a little bit of anime hair now.
Oh
His
yeah,
like little fringe, his crest kind of kind of
the
droops down in the
fringes.
front.
It's cute. Like it gives him more of a hey, I'm an adolescent. Like not like he already wasn't. Like he was like quote unquote 13. We know this, but like it suits where he's headed, and I feel like he's headed somewhere big, and we just don't know it yet.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I'm a rebel.
Yeah, rebel that has been through some stuff and knows his thing. It might be a little too cocky sometimes.
Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do regarding his personality and, you know, how he's going to react to this new world.
Mm. Yeah, that's a very good question. We don't have a lot to work on when it comes to his personality from the original. He has very few lines all the way through. If you were to put them all together, he's kind of like he's grown to enjoy helping, especially in the third game where he was told he needed to do something. He's just like, okay, cool, and he just went to do it. So I can see him being more than ready to do what he needs to do while also being challenged perhaps on what he does specifically. Like he's very good at what he does, so maybe he will hit a wall where something is taken away from him and he has to learn how to still be himself while also adapting to change, if that makes sense.
Hmm. Right. Okay.
Because Sparks was not in the trailer at all, so perhaps that's something that he has to adapt. If Sparks is not picking up the gems, how is he doing that? If Sparks is not his health indicator, how do you know about his health? Stuff like that.
Yeah, like he has to relearn some things. What if he just like, what if he ends up in that world and he has amnesia and he doesn't know who he is for a moment?
Woohoo! Oh no! That would be so intense. Oh my gosh, I wonder how that would play out. Whoa. That would be like a crazy rescue mission in trying to like jog his memory.
Yeah.
No, that would be very fascinating. But yeah, I hope to see him definitely grow more and to be a lot more. I don't want to say mature because he's pretty mature already. I do want to see him actually respect his elders though. That's a big one. I need to see him be like, yeah, I'm willing to sit here and listen to you talk instead of running away like a child because I want to do something else.
Yeah. Like some of the NPCs, like the elder of the village, whatever village it is we saw, is trying to talk to him about something. He's just like, all right, I'm going to sit here and listen.
See, we could just see him sweating. He's like, is he done yet? I can't interrupt. I can't interrupt. That would be so cute.
That would be great. All right. So my last question is, what are some of the most important things you think this game should have, and what would it need to do in order to surpass Spyro 3 as your favorite?
Oh, whoa. I was not prepared for that last question. Okay, hold on. Before I get that one. Things it should have, for sure collecting, which I don't think is going to be a problem in any way, shape, or form. We saw the gems, they're there. We're going to get them. I don't exactly okay, so I would like for them to treat the gems exactly how they do in the original, right? Where you collect them and there's a specific amount and you can use them as currency, but not in the way that Hero's Tale did it, where collecting the gems don't really mean much other than currency. It doesn't count for anything. It's just upgrades and stuff like that. Like I feel that having a specific amount in a world is still going to satisfy that itch that we all have. We all love looking for our gems. We all love getting everything. So collecting, number one. Number two, I would love to see some like leveling of some sort. Like they had leveling in the TLOS series in a way that was comfortable. Like it would be really cool to see some aspects of the world around Spyro help strengthen the gifts that he already has. He relies heavily on portals and fairies for a lot of his other unique powers. So I'd like to see him like I'd like to see his fire evolve, which I feel like that's already going to happen.
Yeah. In the little gameplay snippet, it looked like his fire was like, actually it was like super flame. It was like a fireball.
Mhm. Yeah, and if he could do that on his own, holy smokes, that's actually really cool. For sure, hidden challenges like for veterans, like things that the veterans would be kind of privy to. Like we're kind of checking all the corners and panning the camera around, all that good stuff that
Yeah.
rewards someone who's actually paying very close attention to the entire world around them. I'd also love to see some skins. Like I feel skins is kind of I think that's a must. Like I feel like that's a must. Crash had skins. I want Spyro to have skins. I think it would be
Mm-hmm.
really cool for him to like have outfits that like relate to the worlds that he's in, just to kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
blend in. It would be
That'd be so
really
cute.
cute. Right. Like he goes into like a village that is maybe hidden behind trees and stuff like that, and he's wearing more of a natural getup, like leaf hat and stuff like that. I think that would be really nice, just to make it kind of cultured in a way.
Yeah. Or like, they could give him outfits that are based on, all the dragons from the first game. Like, he could have like
Oh,
an artisan's outfit or like a peacekeeper's outfit.
oh, that'd be so nice. Yeah, I like the idea. That's really cute. So skins for sure, and skill points. I definitely want to see skill points come back. I think it should have skill points. The second, and third game had skill points. They added them in the first, which was the coolest thing in the world. So I feel skill points is like just like a staple of Spyro.
Hmm.
It's like one that little extra thing. And what happens when you get all of them? I don't know. Something grand, hopefully, maybe a new skin. That would be really cool.
Exclusive.
Lore for the Dragons is another one where we don't really have any background on any of them except what we're told in the booklet for the first game, which is still really cool. But I would like to see them dive in more into that. Like we really need lore for this character. Like PS1 days, we're not heavy on it. We're past that now. So I think that's like a necessity, especially diving into the types of dragons that there are and what they do, and perhaps what Spyro himself is. Like we assume that he's an artisan, right? But what if they
Yeah.
choose where they want to go? Like that would be
Okay.
fascinating. So imagine like there's like maybe I don't know if it'll be in the Realm Beyond specifically. It would be really cool if it is, where you can choose which faction you want to be a part of, and that will determine your moveset and what you can do. Or perhaps he dabbles in all of them. Maybe he's learning about how to be each of them and to see which one he likes the best.
Oh yeah, that you know what? That would be interesting because it would kind of be like Legend, where like since he's the rare purple dragon, he gets to have all the elements.
Mm-hmm.
So in this version, it could be he's. I don't think purple is rare in this universe because we've seen purple
No.
dragons in the first
Yeah.
game, so
Yeah.
he's not the only one. But where he could kind of learn bits and pieces from every type of dragon, and he can like have all those skills and abilities.
Right. So it's almost like he's a bridge for like all of them, which it'd be really neat. It would be a very interesting thing to explore. Another thing I wanted to mention was the more involvement with the NPCs. So not just them talking to you and telling you what to do, but you having to go back and have conversations with them. Perhaps they have alternative like lore to themselves. Like you can choose what you ask them. Kind of like what Glide the Dragon was doing. Glide
Mm,
is the most magical. Like they did that perfectly. That was perfect. What Glide's done is perfect. It's kind of exactly what I expect. So the characters
yeah.
feel more alive because they change depending on what you're doing in the world. They have different dialogue depending on what you're doing in the world. You know what I mean? Like I think that would be very beneficial and would help build Spyro up as a character that is unique and has grown exponentially from who he used to be and how we know
Yeah.
him. It's still familiar, but like just more goodness, more to hold on to and to pump into the art world of writers and music artists and artists who do physical media and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's like probably like longer side quests from certain NPCs where it's not just like do objective and like it's just one challenge or a mini game. It's more like, oh, like help me out with this thing, but you learn about that character. And,
Yes.
it's more like little quests and not just like small fetch quests and stuff. The fetch quests are usually my favorite thing because I get to explore a lot.
Hmm.
But, if it's in depth and I get to learn about things and go deeper with the lore. A shooter will absolutely love this episode because we're talking about lore. Um, but yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, diving in more into quests that actually make sense as well, instead of like the monkeys have escaped from the Avalar Zoo.
The monkeys have escaped.
It's like,
Put
what are
them
you
in this
talking
barrel.
about? Why are they out here? It's funny, like it's great for what it was back then. Like, sure, but for this game, for the new audiences and the new age that we're in, we need a little we need a little more than that. It would have been cool if we could go to the Avalar Zoo. Imagine that was a level. That would be amazing.
Exactly. It's like give me a reason to want to help these characters.
Right. Yes. We need the incentive. And I think that's extremely important. And I'm hoping that I'm sure they have. Honest to goodness, I have zero doubts with this company. I have none. Zero. I'm going in blind and happy. But for the sake of the argument, yeah, definitely more NPC involvement. But also seeing old faces. They don't have to be huge, but even in passing, I think that would be really neat. So like seeing, I don't know, one of the monks from Colossus just because. Like maybe he's out and about doing something and he recognizes you and you start talking to him. Like things like that I
Hmm.
think would be a lot of fun. They don't have to utilize only the reignited, they could utilize all the games. Little nods here and there from like even Season of Ice, despite, despite how the game is.
Yeah.
Still acknowledging all the players that is like the Spyro fans, because although we are one, we are also separate. We have like the OGs, we have those who love Enter the Dragonfly, we have those who love Hero's Tale, we have those that love the GBA games, the TLOS series, Skylanders as well. So finding a way to put everyone together is tough, I would say, but would be highly appreciated, like 100%.
Yes. Something to cater to all fans.
What was your second question? Let me revisit that.
What would the game need to do in order to surpass Spyro 3 as your favorite?
Oh man. Goodness gravy, that's so hard. That is so hard. Okay.
It's hard for me too.
Yeah, like rose tinted glasses aside, because it is mostly rose tinted glasses. Generally a lot of the things I had mentioned, but I think it would be lore. Like if it was very lore heavy, seeing more dragons walking around and like talking, not even just dragons, but the NPCs walking around talking, being more involved with them, seeing the landscapes, like bigger levels and even levels that help show, hey, we still know this is a Spyro game. We're going to have castles. We're going to have knights and magic and foolishness, like talking carrots and stuff. Staying true to that formula and expanding on it would easily make it my favorite game. And I know it. And already being able to fly is such a big deal. Because that just shows, hey, you're going to be doing a lot of exploring. And man, Spyro's the reason why I like exploring so much. Every nook and cranny, every corner, every polygon is going to be explored. So being rewarded, that's another thing, being rewarded for exploring so much as well would bring it to the top, 100%. And good music, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. I think if this game has Bianca and it has Cynder and it makes me cry, it's a favorite game.
You want to? Okay, what would make you cry though?
I don't know if it has like a really good story that just like if it has maybe even just one moment, like we were talking about side quests or something. If I'm just like, oh my god, like this, random NPC, like their story just made me cry, like, it just little things like that. I think I'd be like, I love this. But yeah, Bianca, I really hope Bianca's gonna be in there, and I'm pretty sure, they're gonna bring back the classic characters. They have to, at least in some way.
Yeah. Yep.
Cynder is another thing. Don't know if they will, but, there's a ton of people want her to return. So I think if she's in the game in some form, then I'll be like, yes, okay.
I feel Canadian Guy Ace said it very well in terms of why Cinder's so controversial. Like I'm with him on very, very cool character lore, really bad execution because it did not translate at all. So if
Mhm.
she were to be, I'm sure they would. If they were to write her in a way that is both, the execution and the writing itself actually match, absolutely. Like I feel like having her included would be fine. I don't really want her as a love interest. I have no interest in that at all because it was already forced to begin with. Because they like the writers themselves were like, yeah, we didn't plan for that to happen, but the audience wanted it so bad we just put it in. And I'm here like, why would you fold like that? Just don't
Yeah,
fold like that.
I think like it was a mix of being like, well, it's probably the way I would have done it, but like, I might not have like, fully gone forward with it, but everyone else wanted to see it. So I guess we gotta, shove it in at the end here. Like, I'm just like,
Right,
well, it could have been
yeah.
built up,
And it felt shoved in. When she said I love you, I looked at the screen like, what? I was so confused. I'm like, you do? No, you don't. You don't even know this man like that. Oh, so upset. I'm like, no, no. Don't, you're not gonna try to sell that to me. No.
Like I'm a Spender shipper. Like it's the way it
Spinner
was for me, and
shipper.
I love
That's
Spender
cute.
shape, right? And I do see Cinder as like a very good love interest for Spyro. However, I wish there was more to it. And
Yes.
I do think if they bring her back, they definitely shouldn't, they shouldn't rush that just because of, fans who go like, yes, like his one true girlfriend is here. It's like, well, hold on. It's like, now you gotta contend with Alora because Toys for Bob, like, apparently really likes Spylora, so.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so obvious. Like seeing her talk to him and you can hear the jingle of her tail. I'm like, what? They are really selling that.
Yeah.
It was really cute. Like their relationship is, yeah, like as you said, it had a more time to grow, whereas Cinder and Spyro did not at all. Like they were together for like I don't even know. Like when like the end of Eternal Night, she was running away the whole time. We get to her at the end, and then we're casted into Crystal. So what time did they have to find any love whatsoever? They weren't talking in
Yeah,
there.
they
They
were
just
they
got
were
out.
basically
And,
like they got to know each other throughout the course of like one game. And I
yeah.
don't know why people say that it's like they got to know each other throughout 3 games. No, they didn't.
No, they
It's
didn't.
like no, they didn't because in the first one she was a villain.
Yeah.
And it's like they only really spent time together at the end, and maybe they got to know each other within that time, still not enough. And then she ran away. You were looking for her like through the whole game. And then there's Dawn of the Dragon, so it's really only one game and like
Right.
a tiny bit of another.
Like I was cool with their relationship. Like they seemed chill. I'm like, yeah, these are nice friends. And then she pulled I love you. And I'm like, what, girl? Where did that
It's
come
like, hey, you
from?
can love your friend, but I know what this is about.
Yeah, like I hear your tone. Like I don't know how people feel about her version in Skylanders. I don't mind it. I was like, okay, yeah,
I
no,
think she's really
that's fine.
fun.
Yeah, I same. Like she was a lot for me. She was far more likable because they weren't trying to sell a very serious character. They just said, "Hey, we're gonna rewrite this in a way that just makes sense for Skylanders," and I'm like, okay, and it worked. I'm like, cool. No, I like this character. This is nice. I have no qualms, zero qualms. The issues with
Yeah.
her and TLOS is just because she was supposed to be really like I always thought of her as like this really cool, sassy, like that villainess kind of
She
tropey
was the
character
edgy
from
one,
back in the day. Yeah. And
It's
then
perfect
she's
for
like,
my teenage self, but yeah.
right. But then when you get her, she talks like not like that. She's like a lot more, I guess, normal, like way too normal for what she was going through. Way too normal. I'm like, dude, that is not how one would come out of this situation. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, a lot of that comes down to Christina Ricci's performance, but that's because of the voice directors. They're like,
Oh,
I
absolutely.
don't, probably not given the best dialogue either. So
No. But yeah, that's what for me that's what I would love to see in order to make it top Year of the Dragon for me, which is still really tall order, but still.
right. Okay. Well, we have come to the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for being on this episode. This was a great conversation.
I had a blast. Thank you for having me. Genuinely, I'm extremely honored.
Yes, and I will definitely have you on again once the game comes out. We have more to talk about. I'm sure we'll both be screaming about it. Like,
oh gosh,
we'll have some things that we love, some things that we hate. You know, we're gonna say it all.
We'll spill the tea.
I'll spill the tea. All right, and thank you, all of you out there, for listening. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more casual gaming content, and I'll see you on the next SpyroCast. Until then, this is Miharu, signing off.